I'm kind of grumpy today, and so I thought I would use that to your advantage. That's right, it's time for an Annie rant. Today, I want to talk about a phrase you've probably all heard a gajillion times from friends, from marketing people, from programs you may have taken. And of course, this phrase I'm talking about is they're just not your people. Okay, so what does that actually mean? I mean, apart from the obvious, like someone is not opting in or understanding your product or service because it's not applicable to them or they're not your target market. Sure, of course, the obvious, what not your people means. But I see this phrase misconstrued all the freaking time. Seriously. And I see that people take it and they attach these layers of failure or freak out to this idea of not your people. That's one thing that people do. So let me clarify here that somebody not being your people does not mean you are destined for failure or a harder struggle. It doesn't mean that you are so specific and specialized that everyone else is going to run for the hills. That's just not what it means. So when you get a sales call with someone and it doesn't go well because they're just not your people, that doesn't really count as a failed sales call, which is why I think marketing metrics in a really large way are bull. I was just on with a client today and it was this much cash collected versus this much, just looking at the numbers. This person is obsessed with money. And I get it. Money is critical. But why is nobody factoring the fact that some of these people are just not right for her program? How is that a failure on the team? If anything, it's a success that you were able to pinpoint that these are just not your people. So resist the urge to let your anxieties or your insecurities attach to not your people and make you worry that this is a sign of imminent failure. It's abso-freaking-lutely not. It also doesn't mean that you're not going to be a household name. Those of you who have very, very grand revolutionary goals, right? There are people that don't like Oprah. Maybe some of you don't like Oprah. There are people that don't like chocolate, okay? There are people that can find fault in just about anything. So the other thing that not your people is not, and all of these no's that you may be getting are people's confusion. What it definitely is not is a personal attack. So don't take it as that. So that's option? Tactic number one is that you can easily in the mind take not your people as an attack, an affront, or a sign of failure. A lot of people also use not your people as an excuse to be lazy. Well, I don't have to go to this event. They're really not my people, right? How many of you done that? Or shy. Oh, I don't have to tell this person or tell anyone I'm up to because they're not my people. They don't need me. They're not my people. Just sit in the corner and talk about the weather, right? Just because someone is not your people, we've already talked about this, you all have heard me say this, that doesn't mean they don't know your people. So it's all the more reason to either go out there and expose them to something new or do some referral action. Remember that question? And I'm going to, link to it again, get it bumped up to the top of the thread. Who else should I be talking to? Because just because they're not your people, it doesn't mean they don't love your people, work with your people, see your people every freaking day. So not your people is not an attack, and it's also not an excuse to be lazy in your marketing. It's really, really not. So when you find yourself going in either of those directions, I throw down this challenge for you. Instead of running for the hills or instead of beating yourself up, how can each and every one of us lean even further in to who is our people? How can we be more specific about who they are, about what they need, about the benefits that they're really seeking, not just what we assume that they are? How can we reward the people that are our people? How can we incentivize what they're truly asking us to do? What is the content they want to hear from us? What is the relationship they want to have from us? So the challenge again that I'm throwing down is let's lean further into serving the people that are our people and not worry so much about what it means when people are not our people. So yes, don't take it as an affront. Don't allow it to make you lazy. Let's get more specific. Let's serve fewer people, but serve them better. Because in the long run, that's what's going to make you more money. Listen, everybody, don't shy away from your own revolution because it may not be popular. If, now we have Comic-Con and all of these things. Back in the day when my husband was in school, if he talked about superheroes or any of these things, he would have gotten the shit kicked out of him. And now there's whole conventions for it, okay? Showing your passion, showing your love, despite who your people are, that's how you get ahead. That's how you start a revolution, big or small. That's how you get things going. So lean into those specifics and lean into what those people truly need. And you'll never again have to worry when you hear that phrase that we all hear 100 times a day, not my people.